Good morning to everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, and many thanks for the invitation. It's always nice. The last time I was actually here, I was talking about the economic impact of connectivity. So there was a tool, an econometric tool that I had created in order to measure how well the different countries are adapting technologies and what the impact, the economic impact of that in those countries could be. I'm glad to say that we have developed, when you look into the European EU member countries, we have, like was said before, we have used the communications technology to an extent that it truly matters and it changes the everyday life of everyone. So not only the elite of the society, but all the way down the ranks of all the everyone living in the societies. I have one example here that when you think about IoT, this is I guess the easiest example for people to use, which is an activity tracker that has various sensors and it kind of gives me health data, it gives me wellness data, it gives me incentives actually to do things in a different way, which here in Brussels means that instead of using the public transport or the taxis or the cars, I walk everywhere. So I do a lot of walking here in Brussels. The thing is that when you think of IoT, as was rightly said in here, it's very broad. It can cover the impact of cloud, it can cover the impact of other different technologies, but by and large I like the idea of the Internet of Services, because basically what it does is that when we look into the business impact and the economic impact and the societal impact of that, technologies are the foundation and you build on top of them, and that's where the right impact and that's where the right work needs to happen. And this is what we are aiming to do in our activities in the future Internet public-private partnership. So why are we doing it? We're trying to create a European ecosystem. We're creating a European ecosystem for new growth, new ways of doing business, new ways of building businesses, transforming existing businesses, and also at the same time focusing on a very broad arena. So we're not only tackling startups or SMEs, but we're tackling also large companies, and we are helping them through what we have created to become either to go into new markets, or to create new solutions and services, or to transform and optimize their internal processes so that they become more efficient. And as a chief economist, I always get a question that, what is the result of digitalization to jobs? And when you think of the current impact of many of the technologies, it would be wrong to say that it's only creating jobs. We're losing jobs. When you look into automation, you look into the efficiency of the different technologies, it's bound to change the way how work is being done and work is going to be done in the future. So there is no way getting around it. But the thing is that when you look at the emergence of new technologies into societies, into economies, it's bound also to create new jobs that we have not even fathomed yet what those jobs are going to be. And the importance of Internet of Things is that it's basically re-energizing European companies, and it's re-energizing them also in a way that some of those jobs that we have outsourced outside of Europe are coming back. If you don't remember anything else from my speech today, I would like to highlight that point, that the Internet of Things is transforming the European businesses, and it's transforming them in a way that it's bound to create new employment, it's bound to create new economic productivity, as was said before. So in a PPP, we have take a look at the different trends. We understand that there is a motive, there is an objective to really transform the way how the things are done, how businesses are being operated, how to digitalize your businesses, which is by far one of the greatest challenges we have in Europe, because there are verticals that are highly advanced, and then there are verticals that are very bottom rung in terms of really using ICT in a smart way. So in a PPP, after all that kind of a background check, what we have done is that we have created a technology, we have created an open source platform where basically we're now opening the gates to everyone who wants to use that technology platform for whatever their purposes are. And that's the broadness of the IoT. So we cater all different verticals. It can be used by startups to come up with the new gaming innovation if they want to do that. It can be used by an SME to go to a totally different market, to become a service company that it wasn't previously. Or it can be used by a big European large company in a new way to connect a physical product that they have done previously with the system of systems that the internet allows us. And that's the beauty. If you haven't read it yet, last November at the Harvard Business Review, Michael Porter, who's the seminal work on the competition economics, actually wrote a paper on Internet of Things. And that Internet of Things paper is very good at summarizing that what the impact is going to be in different societies in the US and here in Europe as well. Then, if we have understood that what needs to be done, and we have created this platform, technology platform that we are opening, what it is that we are actually doing besides the technology creation. And I would say that that's the crux of the matter of this ecosystem building activities. We are not anymore a technology project or a technology program per se. We are actually a go-to-market program where my duties are basically not only coming to events like this and talk to you about the Internet of Things and the PPP and what it will do, but to go after the externals, go after the companies, go after the industry associations, go after the national governments, the member states of the EU, and tell them this has been created, we all need to change. How do we link to the national objectives that you have so that we help each other out, we support each other out? And this is what we are currently doing. So, for instance, I have created now an ecosystem between our PPP program with a number of EU member states, so that the PPP technology platform that we have will have an impact, for instance, in Poland for smart agriculture. It will have an impact in the UK for design-enabled innovation for services. In Finland and in Germany, it will be primarily geared and linked into the industrial internet programs of those two countries. So we cater for all of the national objectives and the ideas that are based on whatever is the key of the economic structure of each member state. That's what we have created. And at the same time, we can give the technology also to startups through different type of hackathons and different type of events. So we're doing very broad activities in that type of sense. So the ecosystem role is already on track and it's on its way. And I'm very happy later on today in the discussion to open it a little bit more if there are questions on that. But this is what I have to say in my opening speech. So this morning when I went in here and I met some friends here in the room and they asked me how I am, and I said I'm happy. So basically, walking, that helps to become physically happy, but at the same time, I'm happy with the current progress that we're currently doing. Thank you very much.